Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from Tinaheals.com, and this is a continuation video where I discuss the symbols of Shiva. Before I begin, I will start off with a small mantra. Shivaya Shantaya Karanatraya Hetave Nivedayami Chatmanang Tangating Parmeshwar Visheshwaraya Narakarnavataranaya Jnanapradaya Karunamaya Sagaraya Karpura Kanda Dhavalindu Jatodharaya Daridra Dukkha Dahanaya Namo Shivaya, Namo Shivaya. So Shiva, I have for you a very precious Shivling to show you, and the lingam form of Shiva. The lingam form denotes that Shiva is formless. It has a very special symbology, of course, which I'll get into, which speaks about Viprit Methun. But I think I'm going to make a separate video on that, okay? Now, one of the best ways to, we see so much of fear in today's world. So one of the best ways to pray to Shiva, the mantra to use when you pray to Shiva to get rid of fear is the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. So oftentimes I do Mahamrityunjaya jap and Havan and Mantric Kavach for clients. So if you're experiencing life-threatening issues, or if you're sick or illness and stuff like that, Mahamrityunjaya jap really helps. It's also simple to do. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandim pushtivardhanam purvaratwami bhavandanar mrityor mokshiyamamritatva. So that 108 times in a Havan. You can buy a small little Havan kund. I have a tiny little Havan, a slightly larger Havan kund as well as a tiny little Havan kund, where I put all my, I buy cow dung cakes, I buy small little wooden, cutouts from Amazon. All of this is now deliverable through Amazon. Okay, so Mahamrityunjaya Havan is very, very powerful if you're looking to quell fear. Okay, so I said that Shiva is Shuddhoham, Buddhoham, Muktoham. And worshipping Shiva is the only way. I won't say the only way, that could sound bigoted because my way is the only way. No, it is one of the most effective ways to connect to the divine masculine, because Shiva does not have any overt alpha male attributes. He does. He starts dancing the tandav. He starts, when Sati commits suicide and the Daksha Yagya happens. All of that is stories for other times, but Shiva dances the tandav. Shiva does have alpha male attributes, but what strikes me as awesome about Shiva is he is actually very motherly. And he wants everyone, he's a Mahayogi, and he wants everybody to achieve salvation. That is one of the key things that Shiva desires, everybody to achieve salvation. To be a Shiv Bhakt, you don't need to be a Hindu, you don't need to be a Brahmin. You can be a man, a woman, Muslim, Jewish, anything that you so desire. Shiva is here he's a cosmic father as well as the cosmic mother in a way, because when Samudra Manthan happened and everybody was after the elixir of immortality, Amrita, and the devatas, the gods, they tricked the demons and took the Amrita, and all of that happened. But when the Amrita was being churned out, a ton of toxicity came out, toxic poison, and nobody thought for a second to help creation in any way except Shiva. Shiva consumed that poison and he kept it. That's when he became Neelkant. He became blue in the throat. So that is Shiva's sacrifice. Shiva is very, very much like Jesus Christ in that way, a heart full of love and compassion and open acceptance of everyone, a very inclusive energy. Shiva is very inclusive energy. So one of the best ways to connect to the divine masculine is to explore the symbols of Shiva. He has 1008 names, 1008 names on which I will be making videos, 1008 videos, 3 to 5 minutes each videos. But today I will touch briefly on his symbols. So Shiva, the first symbol of Shiva, Shivling, is, just jotted down certain things. So Shiva is Trilochana, he has a third eye. Now his third eye is directly associated with destruction, okay, his third eye, because the fire from his third eye, it destroyed Kama, Kama being the god of lust and desire. The fire from Shiva's third eye destroyed Kama, and the third eye is a symbol for rejecting matter, and he had no interest at that point in joining with Shakti. He didn't want to manifest creation, so he took Agni out of his third eye, and he burnt Kama's desire. Now a lot had to be done by Sati to connect to Shiva, okay, after this, to again begin creation. A lot had to be done, right? Now I'll tell you more on this later. Each symbol I will dissect more, but here I'll touch on every little bit about Shiva. So why does he have a blue throat? I told you he became a Neelkant. He became Neelkant when he consumed all the poison. Now, nobody in their right mind would consume poison. Okay, here we have examples of a jealous god, or we have, if you convert someone, you go to heaven where you have 72 virgins. No. Shiva is about sacrifice. Shiva is about love. Shiva is about giving everyone their proper place at the table, so to speak. Okay? Now, the crescent moon. The crescent moon symbolizes time cycles. The ebb and the flow of the moon symbolizes time cycles. Okay? Also, it tells us that he's beyond time. He's beyond Kaleshwar. He's beyond Kal. Okay, he's Mahakal. The Buddhists know Shiva as Mahakal, right? Now, what my guru says is, in Shiva tattva there is no mind. Okay, there is no mind. That's why he has a crescent moon. There is no disturbance of the mind in Shiva tattva. Okay, and basically that infinite consciousness is revealed through that crescent moon. Very little bit of the monkey brain, but mostly infinite consciousness. Okay, this is true wisdom. It's beyond mind. Mind is Mercury. Jupiter is true wisdom. Okay, Shiva is also the ruling deity of Jupiter in Vishaka Nakshatra. Now Shiva has total control over his mind. When we become Shiva, when we reach the Shiva state, we have total control over our mind. Okay, and oftentimes a full moon may represent the ego. Okay, so that's why Shiva is beyond ego. He's Bholenath, very, very innocent, naive almost. Now the Damru. The Damru in itself is a universe, okay? It's also the shape when ancient Europeans, Arabic people kept time in the shape of the Damru. It's been in existence from the Indus Valley civilization, okay? It also symbolizes the mountain and the plateau experience, expansion and collapse, all of that, okay? The Damru also makes a sound. It makes the pranava or the om, the primordial sound that manifests all creation, okay? And sound or the word was created first, okay? The logos word, vakya brahma also is something we say. Universe is sound and frequencies and wavelengths and magnetic attraction. All of this is Shiva and more, okay? The wave function frequency. Now, it's a cosmic rhythm, and that's why Shiva is the dancer. What Pythagoras said was the music of the spheres. Shiva dances to the music of the spheres, okay? And the Damru is beyond the word, it's beyond the sound, it's a causation of the sound, okay? And it awakens the universe from its, laya state or unawakened, undifferentiated state, homogeneous state, right? Now, interestingly, the serpent in him symbolizes Kundalini awakening, right? The serpent is not evil, it's the sign of the Kundalini. The caduceus also healing, knowledge. Now, the trident, the three prongs of Neptune also, Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. Watch my video I made 9 years ago called Ajapajap on the Ida Nadi, the Pingala Nadi and the Sushumna Nadi, and how prana and apana flow through these channels, okay? So, trident also symbolizes waking, dreaming and sleeping states, okay? Also sattva, rajas and tamas guna, right? Trishul cuts away at ignorance, it destroys suffering like the Vajra. Now the Ganga is a very, very powerful allegory, how Shiva brings down the Ganga through his jata, okay? So now she comes down to earth from cosmic realms through Shiva's energy, okay? And interestingly, Sanatan Dharma is very, very Ganga centric, okay? It used to be Saraswati, but Saraswati existed no more, so the whole focus is now Ganga. There are 4 places that Ganga flows through, which are the main hubs of the Kumbh Mela, okay? So when you look at all these 4 places and the Kumbh Mela and the power it creates, you can see the true symbolic power of Ganga in India, okay? And Ganga is forever in flux, okay? Forever changing. And it's a beautiful song by, I think Tagore wrote that song and Hemanta Mukherjee sang it, O Nodire. O Nodire. Anyway, it's called O Nodire, right? Ekti kotha shudhai shudh tomare, bolo kothay tomar desh, tomar nei ki cholar shesh. Like, tell me where you come from. Do you not have any end destination? Okay. So she descends from the stars, Ganga, okay, and she brings to us knowledge from the stars and she transmits them to the human realm, right? And Ganga is also symbolic of our journey to enlightenment, like any river actually symbolizes that. Okay, she's also supreme consciousness. She's Chit Shakti. And she is the potent power of alchemy, transforming base into gold, right? The descent of Ganga is actually an allegory, okay? And sorry, it's an allegory about the liberation of the soul, okay, and liberation from all past suffering, past life karmas, okay, and the ascent of the Kundalini through Shiva. And the Ganga symbolizes Brahma Gyan, or knowledge of Brahman. Now to Bhasma, that Shiva smears all around. Even I do I also wear Bhasma, okay, and it's so interesting because ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and Shiva never wants to forget that. Everything is cyclical, everything must die, everything must become dust. Okay, so everything is connected, life to death, and death to life, and vice versa to infinity. The matted hair, hair holds information, so that's symbolic of information and also control of air or wind or vayu, okay. And if you also look at the Vedas, you see Rudra being the god of wind, so Rudra is associated to Shiva. Now 5 is very sacred to Shiva, okay, the number 5 is very sacred to Shiva. And also if you look at Namah Shivaya is 5 syllables, right? And Shiva's body is made up of 5 mantras, right? Called Panchakarman, okay? And they are Sadyojata. These are 5 names of Shiva also. Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, Ishvara. Okay, and these 5 names I'll repeat again: Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, Ishvara. Okay, and they also represent the 5 elements. 4 elements we know in Western astrology, plus 1 spirit, okay, or ether. And 5 organs of perception, also Venus, 5 senses. So, Shiva is very connected to the number 5. Okay. Interestingly, when you meditate on these 5 names of Shiva, the Pancha Mantra, then you realize that all things in the phenomenal world are made up of a 5-fold character. 5-fold. And for this reason, the eternal verity or the treatise of Shiva is in the character of 5-fold Brahmin. So basically the 5 names of Shiva reveal to us his very deep esoteric or gujjhya attributes, which I'll get into it. Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Ghora, Tatpurusha, Ishvara. These are the 5 tattvas, okay, the panchakarmas, panchamakaras, okay. The Buddha is called Shiva Mahakal. I'll make a separate video on Mahakal, of course. Now, the tiger skin is very interesting because it symbolizes conquering of the animalistic id, okay, the animal self. And tiger is also a vehicle of Shakti. Okay, so Shiva wearing it means he's like the second skin. Shakti is like the second skin. Okay, and tiger is also lust, a symbol of lust. If you look at the Thoth deck by Crowley, you'll see that the card of Leo, which is strength, is called lust. So, tiger being emblematic of lust. So Shiva wearing a tiger skin is him conquering lust. The Rudraksha beads are formed from his own tears. So, I'll get into great detail about that. And Nandi is patience. So, to understand Shiva Tattva, you must have patience like Nandi. Now the third eye is why he's called Triyambakam or Trinetra. Triyambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam. Yeah, that's why Triyambakam, okay? It's a symbol of rejection of desire, the third eye. I told you when he did not want to copulate with Shakti. And he, set fire to Kama, the god of lust and love. Okay, So also him being Trilokeshwar is he sees beyond space and time. His realm is beyond all of that, right? Ardhanetra, half-opened eyes, they mean that the Manvantara or the creation process is already, we've already embarked on the creation process and it's midway. When Shiva's eyes are closed, creation stops, pralaya happens. When Shiva's eyes open full, new Manvantara starts. Okay, so half open shows also that creation is a cyclical process. That's something to think about. Now, the Shivlingam. The Shivlingam is such a sacred symbol. I've explained to you the iconography of Shiva. Now, in the next video, I'll get more in detail. I'll give you more in-depth information about the Shivling. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think. Thank you.